Yeah, what's poppin', man? It's your homie Bang, man, back with another motherfucking Boo Bang Theory. You know, last video I did two sessions, and I started to talk about religion, right? And this book we call the Bible, you know. So I kind of want to get back on it, man, and start discussing the Bible and the origins of religion. And you know, just trying to get people to start thinking about and going to do their own research on this book that everybody seems to be so connected to, right? And so last time when I was, you know, before the video went off, I was looking at this book trying to see which one it was. This one is the Holy Bible, the giant print edition. This contains the Old and New Testament. Okay, so that's what this is. So let's get right down into it though, man, because this thing gonna probably be long, and I just want to try to just start by skimming through things and then allowing people to listen to the videos and then going back and doing their own research, and then by the time I come back with another one, we all should be on the same page, basically, or you know, you have a better idea of what I was talking about, right? So let's just start right here in the beginning in Genesis, right? And I'm gonna read some of this out of the book, out of the Bible, right? But then I'm gonna read some information I got right here, talking about the Big Bang in the beginning, right? And let's see how similar or what this is, because you got to understand in Genesis, it's a quick short story about the beginning. Okay, so let's go. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. John 1 through 1, or chapter 1 through 3. The earth was without form, void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And if you don't know what the firmament is, go back and look up the word firmament, or look into it. And it's basically saying that we got basically a shield over the top of our globe, protecting us from any outside space activities. And you wonder why we really went to the moon, right? Can't get out the firmament. Anyway, thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herbs that yield seeds, and the fruit trees that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning, and were the third day. Then God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so. Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. Okay.
Our most advanced pro camera system yet, with 7 pro lenses, a 48 megapixel pro main camera.
So, and the rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Okay, so the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Then God said, let the waters abound with abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of heavens. So God created the great sea, creatures, and everything, and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth. So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping things and beasts on the earth, each according to its kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there on this, the beginning, right? And you gotta understand this. When Genesis started this, when the beginning of Earth, our planet Earth, is not the beginning of all, right? So Genesis, this book in the Bible, it only starts mankind, it only starts life from Earth point of view. And you gotta understand that life forms and life in other galaxies was already thriving and going way before planet Earth was even here. So we got to understand that Earth is the last planet that was created. You know what I mean? We are the baby planet, you know, so all the other planets is way more advanced than us. They was here way before us. So this beginning of Genesis is only the beginning of the creation of the planet Earth. And also, it's still shortcutted. So let me give you some information from a different source other than the Bible about Mother Gaia. The universe we find ourselves in today began about 20 billion years ago. That's right, the universe we find ourselves in today began about 20 billion years ago as a point of light in the mind of God. This point of light was contained within a greater point of light, which was contained within a greater point, etc., until infinity. There is an aspect of the Godhead that has always existed and that expands and contracts an infinite number of times. All of life is continually expanding and contracting, much like the kaleidoscope. During one of the expansion phases, approximately 4.5 billion years ago, the world we call Earth was formed out of primordial dust and gas. Like all newly formed worlds, it was mostly hydrogen and a few other gases not containing the kind of life we know. Throughout this physical chemical process, the Godhead in expansion phase differentiated itself into units of consciousness, which later became known as souls. These original souls, called the founders, which are those represented as this source of information written, the founders were original sparks of light that were showered out from the infinite source during this expansion. Our individuality began approximately 1 billion years ago, and they went forth to explore the creation. They found They found millions of planets in their early stages of development, including Earth, and they remained in the form of sparks, although actually to us they would look like large. And this is talking about the first souls. There was they wasn't physical. It was sparks of light. It was just energy, and it's saying how, you know. And so, hold on. And so I think I grabbed. See, I got okay. So this is talking about the first beginning, but it's this part right here that I pulled out is more or less talking about basically it's talking about this, but it's talking about the souls and how they first came to the planet to observe the planet, because the planet was not inhabitable at that point in time. 2.5 billion years ago. Where is it at? No, 4.5 billion years ago. So 4.5 billion years ago, life couldn't exist on this planet because it wasn't habitable because of the conditions. So it took billions of years to get the Earth to actually form. To actually be livable for life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the beginning, 20 billion years ago, the universe was created. 20 billion years ago, the universe was created. And only 4.5 billion years ago, 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was created. And so I got another piece of paper. I got another some written down notes. It go more into breaking down the expansion and as far as the Big Bang in the universe. You know what I'm saying? I thought I pulled it out, but I ain't gonna run back and go try to do nothing. But just understand that the universe we find ourselves in today began about 20 billion years ago as a point of light in the mind of God. This point of light was contained in a greater point of light, which was contained within a greater point of light, and into infinity and beyond. And then they called it the expansion phase, when the Godhead expanded. Godhead creates life, right? So it created life, and it created these planets once it expanded. And these planets was formed out of primordial dust and gases. So all planets was formed at an expansion phase that the Godhead had, and he constantly go through expansion phases. So this is one of the processes in the beginning when the universe was first formed. You got to understand though, our galaxy, the Milky Way, is one of the last form of galaxies, and our planet is like one of the last planets that was formed and able to be inhabited by living creatures or living beings. And so you can go and look into that more too. Of course, in the process of this, I'll bring back out that more information about that expansion phase and talk more about that Uh, and then think about this too. I wanted to say something about this in the beginning because the way this book is writing this, you know, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth, you know, and when I'm looking at this and reading over it, it really don't say nothing about no other galaxy or planet. It's basically talking about the earth. That's it. It's basically stuck to one point. It's talking about the earth, the creation of earth. So when we talk about the Big Bang in the beginning, God created heavens and earth, that's just talking about this one planet. I really don't see this talking about the whole universe, you know, and different galaxies and different planets. And so therefore this is already missing a lot. And then when it says that it created the two lights, for one for the day and one for the night, the brighter one for the day and the lesser